Hello everyone, welcome back to Mario Galaxy 2. We're here in the final level, except for all the levels that come after this. But it is the last Bowser level. But it is not the last time we will be fighting Bowser, because there are things like prankster comets. And I think at least one of them has you fighting Bowser again. Some of them, I think, are just like going through the level again? I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, this level is honestly not that hard. I don't really remember ever having that much of a problem with it when I first played it, and just like looking at and thinking about the things that are in it, like all the different sections of it, they're not immensely challenging, but when you're stupid, like me, anything can be hard. So I don't know how, but I really managed to balls this one up. And yeah, this was my first mistake. I was planning to show this whole level uncut because I figured there would be at least a couple of failures and it might be funny. And also, I didn't remember this ending sequence being all that long. But if I had left this uncut, this video would be like 35 minutes long, so I did not do that. But I did include some of them, and I really kept getting my ass kicked by these hammer bros. I know how to not get that happen to you, but I was not doing it. Wasn't exactly completely on my game when I was recording this, which was yesterday. And as always, this video is a little bit delayed. Only a day later than I was planning on having it up. I was gonna upload it yesterday, but yesterday ended up being a long day, and I only really had time to record the gameplay. I didn't get around to, like, by the time that I would have, like, had time to record the audio, it was like 11 o'clock at night. I was not in the mood for it at all. I was very sleepy. Yeah, it's happening now, so sorry. But yeah, it was just kind of like in the middle of the day, and I was, yeah, just not on my A game. Not to say that my A game is incredible either, but, you know, not my best work, unfortunately. But, like I said, I'll have plenty of chances to redeem myself in the many times that we will have to be doing either a speed run or a daredevil run of basically every boss and level in the game in the latter portion of this LP. And yes, I do plan on, like I said, having co-commentators. I mean, they will also be post-commentary, obviously, but co-commentators for that portion of it, because just having me alone ramble over watching, I don't really think I'm going to include that many failures, because I want to get through them in not that many videos. So I'm gonna, you know, try to fit in a lot of stars in one video, so I'm probably going to just include the successful attempts, unless one of my unsuccessful attempts is, like, really funny or something, but I don't really know if that will happen. Having me ramble alone over, you know, stars that you've mostly seen before, I don't think would be very interesting, but I did say that I was going to do a 100% run of this game, and that was my goal in doing all of the 3D console Mario games, was to do 100% runs of all of them. I already know I'm going to renege on that later on, probably when I get to Mario Odyssey, because there is a lot of shit that you need to do in that game, and I really cannot imagine a lot of it would be fun to watch in a stream or an LP, honestly, because after a certain point, at least for me when I play through that game, it's just a lot of running around looking for things. And I would basically just be doing the last time that I was playing Odyssey, which was a few months ago at this point, and why I haven't come back to it yet is that I've gotten a lot of the moons, and so now it's all just like the obscure ones that are all like the dumb, like the fucking jump rope challenges and stuff, and like just random shit, and like just running around, and I'm just using a guide and just going to the exact spot that the guide says and doing it, and it's fine, and luckily that game is just really pretty and fun to dick around in general, but you get, I get very little done, like, per hour of the game played, and I just don't think that would be super fun to watch. So with Odyssey, I may just stick to the main game and then just, like, try to show as much as I can, or pick some arbitrary cutoff point with the moons, or, like, say that I'm gonna do it on stream or whatever, but again, that would be, like, I worry that you would have, like, 4-hour-long streams where I get, like, 5 moons or something. Which is also why I want to do the green stars as just a big collage videos, rather than as streams, if I can help it, because, like, I feel like a quick cut, you know, edited together sort of compilation of all the green stars with some guest commentary would be more interesting than watching, like, 15 2.5-hour long streams where I'm running around getting all the green stars and probably dying a lot of times. Here's the big melty monsters that remind me of the Kraft mac and cheese dinosaur. Or just specifically the commercial where he's surfboarding in the cheese lava. Which, that commercial has always made me think that in, like, the PS2 era, they should have made a Kraft mac and cheese video game, like a platformer with the Kraft dinosaur. Does he have a name? I don't remember his name. Is it Mac? Well, either way, that guy, the Kraft mac and cheese dinosaur. Anyway, after numerous failures, here we are at the gates of Bowser Hell. Just checking over there to see if there's any cool goodies on that side, because Mario games usually like to be symmetrical, but not today. And now we're going to go into the Bowser fight that I also somehow managed to die once in, and didn't do all that hot at in my successful attempt either, at least at the beginning. Even though it's not much different than the other Bowser fights, which are already not very hard, but, well, I'll get into it when we get there. Yeah, a little edit there because I died, and had to redo it. So, yeah, only real difference is this punch thing with these that make lines. Not very difficult to avoid, although that didn't mean anything for me. I kept getting hit by these things, like landing on them, and just generally getting hit like that. Also, I think that the time that you have to slam the little spheroids is less than the past ones. I don't know if that is true. But yeah, I had a lot of trouble, like, aiming these and getting on them in time this time around, and I'm not exactly sure why. I'm just gonna chalk it up to, again, being off my game, but again, my game wasn't even that good. And what you're watching right now is my successful attempt, but it still took me like 5 rounds of this shit to even get a hit on him. So, once again, not my proudest moment, but there are bigger challenges awaiting us in this game for me to prove myself, and by that I mean probably be utter shit at those as well. And yeah, excellent choice of planetoid to smash there. But anyway, this is the Bowser fight. It's not that much different, other than the ways that it is, and me being way worse at it than normal. Okay, are we finally gonna do it? Look at that, we did it. I'm not completely incompetent, folks. And from here, from what I remember, I kind of step back. I get my groove back a little bit, you know? Because, I mean, it's not like it's a particularly... It's not a hard boss, but I have moments of weakness. So, I don't really feel like talking about this, because it's just the Bowser fight, and there's not much to say. So, I thought I might riff a little bit, not to distract too much from the, you know, the dramatic end to this amazing story, which, again, is, like, maybe half over. I thought I would riff a little bit about some E3 stuff, because that happened. I didn't really pay attention to it when it was happening, because one of the reasons that the video was delayed and I didn't get around to recording the gameplay until yesterday instead of on the weekend like I normally do, is because I was seeing my family for the first time since sometime before the pandemic over the weekend. I was meeting my newborn nephew, seeing my nieces for the first time in a long time, and yeah, just the whole fam. We went to the zoo, we had a nice little cookout, hung out at my sister's house, we watched some movies. We watched the new Mark Wahlberg movie Infinite, which was very bad. And we also watched, I watched Godzilla vs. Kong again, which is good. So, yeah, it was a very nice, pleasant time, and Liv came with, and I'm excited to go on our proper vacation later in the summer. And yeah, this is the normal Bowser rigmarole, except, spoilers, there is a twist. Bowser is not completely dead. So, sorry for those at home that didn't want to be spoiled, that I'm ruining the moment, but it's just so I can get to talking about more E3 stuff, so I can distract you from how poorly I did at the upcoming section, which is incredibly simple, but I just have... my entire... all of my gaming faculties were not with me when I recorded this. Even less than usual. I do like this little section, though. Obviously, it's very easy. Not easy enough for my feeble brain, but, apparently. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, do I not have spatial reasoning anymore? And that was just poor timing on my part. I'm also going to blame... Here's a way that this can be not my fault. I'm going to blame my controller being a little sticky, because it felt a little bit like that when I was playing this. So, yeah, this actually wasn't my fault. I'm actually very good at this game, and you cannot make fun of me. I like that little triple reaction shot thing. But yeah, I do like this ending fight, even though, you know, the main fight is nothing too special or super difficult. I do think it is suitably epic as a way to end the game in a proper way, even though I'm pretty sure the game makers are aware that, like, there's like a 95% chance that you're going to play more of the game after this. Probably. I mean, I don't know. Do most people who play Mario games, when they beat Bowser, do they just, like, fuck off? Or do they do what I do and, like, go back and try to get as much of the other stuff? I don't know what the answer to that would be, and I don't know how you would find out, because there are a lot of Mario players, and it is a series that is open to casual normies like myself. But, yeah. I just wanted to get a little glimpse of this last Grand Star. I think it's the last Grand Star, unless the Perfect Run gives you one, but I don't think it does. Yeah, I wanted to get a good look at it. There's my star. There's my hoe. So let's bring them both back home to Papa. Right after one last failed long jump that I did a backflip instead. Perfect way to end the LP, even though I'm not. Perfect way to end the narrative of Galaxy 2, such that it exists. Anyway, I'll stop being this way for a moment, and I'll let the nice, cute little storybook scene play out. I'm clapping. He's swearing. Fuck! Mommy. Yes.
Thank you.
Easiest voice acting job in the world. Yeah, we need you to come into the studio and sigh 4 times. The dude who plays Peach has been making bank just on, you know, comes into the studio every 2 years to go, Mario! Unless they've just been using the same clip, because it sounds the same. Anyway, goodbye, Anime GF. I had a joke that I wanted to say there, but I would have been stealing it from Diabetes' LP of this game. Which is excellent, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've referenced it in this LP already, but if I haven't, I definitely recommend watching Diabetes' Let's Play of Mario Galaxy 2. I wish that he still uploaded Let's Plays. I know that Let's Plays are not the, you know, the boutique mode of game contenting, but he did them well, and his Galaxy 2 playthrough is very good. And the video where he does this level is particularly... the riffing that he and Slow Beef do is pretty choice. Anyway, that is Mario Galaxy 2 proper. you know, the main game, but as I've said ad nauseum at this point, there's much more of the game to do, so this is just kind of a formality. But it is nice to watch the little credits and, you know, see who was working on this installment of the Mario saga. And now, because there's not really much of interest to say, and this isn't the actual end of the LP, now I will talk about E3 stuff. I don't have much to say. I'm pretty much just going to list games that I saw things for that I'm interested in. I don't really have an opinion on which company, quote-unquote, won. I never really do, and usually when I do, I say Nintendo, but it's just because they're the specific company whose stuff, like, I'm most likely going to try. And I haven't bought a non-Nintendo home console since the Xbox 360. I've just been doing all my non-Nintendo gaming on PC, pretty much. Which may change sometime if I ever run into some fat stacks and there are enough exclusives to make me want to get it. Maybe one day I'll get a PS5. I can't see myself getting an Xbox, though. It's just that most stuff you can get on those consoles you can also get on PC, and I have a PC that can run most of them okay, so... Anyway, but the Nintendo stuff was mostly cool. I liked the Breath of the Wild 2 clip. I bought that game, the first game. I still haven't played it because I want to have, like... I'm in the middle of a bunch of other games, so I want to, like, really sit down and have the time to, like, dick around in it and really get into it. I mean, the sequel trailer didn't really give us any new information, but it looks neat. Metroid Dread looks really cool, the new 2D Metroid. I wasn't expecting a Metroid Prime 4 thing. I'm trying to get into Metroid. That's one of several game series that I want to increase my familiarity with, because I think that I'd really like them if I get good at them. There's always just that barrier of entry. Every time I've tried them, like I've tried mostly the older ones and Metroid Prime when I was younger, but I hadn't gotten used to what types of games they were, and so I wasn't very good at them at first, and it was one of those things where I was like, I'm not good at it right away, so I'm not going to do it. But I want to get into it, and Metroid Dread seems pretty cool, so I'll probably check it out. Monkey Ball remasters are neat. That Mario Golf game actually looks pretty sick. WarioWare looks cool. I don't know if I'm going to get it because I don't have any friends, and I'm not that good at those WarioWare games. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion on who won, mostly because I didn't watch any full conferences. I just kind of watched the trailers of games that I already had some interest in. Elden Ring, there's like a 2% chance I'll ever play that game, but it looks really cool. I'm glad that Dark Souls fans are eating. Psychonauts 2 looks cool. I only played a little bit of the first game, but I like it a lot. Halo Infinite looks pretty cool, and it's really cool that the multiplayer is going to be free to play, so I'm hoping to maybe stream that sometime. That Lego Builder's Journey game, which is essentially Lego Monument Valley, looks very nice with all the ray tracing. It's very pretty. Solar Ash looks cool. The Avatar game looks cool. Yeah. So those are like the highlights for me from E3.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
You're welcome, Mario. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you liked from E3, and next time we'll be doing the Special World. See you then.